The Bambu Lab P1S and the X1 Carbon are both fantastic printers, but they're missing something that can make printing certain filaments way easier. They don't have active chamber heating, and they don't have active internal recirculating air filtration systems. Yeah. Well, today we're gonna fix that, at least on my P1S here. What's especially cool is that this isn't just a Bambu Lab mod. This also works with other clipper-based printers. This is the Panda Breath from Big Tree Tech, and they were nice enough to send one over for me to test out. In this video, I'm gonna get it installed, go over some key specs, and actually put it to the test by printing a few different high temperature filaments. My name is Adam, and this is the Rad Dad Print Lab. Let's get into it. Before we talk specs, it's worth answering the big question. Why does active chamber heating matter? The short answer is consistency. Keeping the entire print warm and stable makes a huge difference when you're printing materials that don't like sudden temperature changes. When layers cool unevenly, corners start lifting, parts warp, and prints can fail completely. A warm chamber helps prevent that and also improves layer adhesion, especially on larger prints. You know, filaments like ABS, ASA, Nylon, and Polycarbonate benefit the most from this. The Panda Breath uses a 300-watt heater that's capable of bringing the internal chamber temperature up to 60 degrees Celsius. On my P1S, starting from about 26 degrees, with only the chamber heater running, it took roughly 23 minutes to reach 60 degrees. When I ran the test again with the heat bed set to 100 degrees as well, it hit the same temperature in just about 12 minutes. So if you plan on preheating your chamber, I'd absolutely recommend running the bed and the chamber heater together. Installation is mostly straightforward, but there is one small annoyance that I want to point out. Space inside the printer is pretty tight, so I recommend lowering the bed as far as it'll go before sliding the Panda Breath into place and securing it into the sidewall using the included screw. Now for the slightly annoying part. You do need to print a riser so the power cable has somewhere to exit the printer. The good news is that Big Tree Tech provides printable files right in the instructions. And the riser even has the option to vent if needed, which kind of defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do here. Once that's printed, you can use the included adhesive mounts to route the power cable cleanly up and out of the printer. Big Tree Tech also includes a Y splitter in the box, which means you only need one power cable going to the printer. I really appreciate this because I already have way too many things plugged in as it is. There's also some aluminum foil thermal insulation included, which can help keep the heat where it belongs, inside the printer. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like button and consider joining my Patreon down below. I'll have a link for that if you want to check it out. Let's get back to it. Once everything's powered on, you can connect the Panda Breath to your Wi-Fi network and access it through a web interface. Setup was actually very easy, and once it's connected, the heater can automatically activate when it's needed. And that has got to be the coolest thing about this, is the fact that it's set it and forget it. If the printer sets the heat bed to anything above 80 degrees Celsius, the chamber heater turns on automatically. That's a really nice touch because you definitely don't want to be heating up the chamber when you're trying to print PLA or PETG. The filter fan is handled separately and activates at 30 degrees, so you can still benefit from air filtration even at lower temperature prints. There is also a filament drying mode, which I think is interesting, but I'll be honest, I probably will never use it. It tops out at about 60 degrees, and I already have dedicated filament dryers for that job. Most of the time, you won't even need to access that web interface anyways, since there are physical buttons on the unit to switch between modes. To see how this performs in the real world, I tested several different filaments, including Prusament's PC Blend, Sunlu's Easy PA, and Prusament's ASA. This is where you really start to see the benefit of having a consistently warm chamber, especially on parts that would normally be prone to warping or layer separation. Here's a print I did that did not have a heater when I printed this. You can see the edges have curled quite a bit, and it's definitely not particularly great. Now, here is another print with the heater on, and you can see that it's significantly better. Never mind all this stringy bit right here. I forgot to enable supports, but yeah, it's just printed way better with the heater on. Right now, the Panda Breath is priced at about $99 when purchased by itself, and honestly, I think that's a fair price considering its build quality and how easy it is to integrate. Once it's installed, it kind of just does its thing in the background, and I'll probably forget that it's even there most of the time. And honestly, that's the highest compliment you can give something. I'm also pretty conscious about safety when installing mods like this, So I am glad to see that Big Tree Tech includes both hardware and software safeguards to help prevent thermal runaways. Now, we're going to have to take their word for that because, frankly, I'm not opening that thing up. Now, unfortunately, there is some bad news. This is not compatible with the Bambu Lab P2S. I really wanted to install it in mine, but it was just too large to fit. Hopefully, Big Tree Tech releases a smaller version in the future that will work with that printer as well. If you want to see how I took my Bambu Lab P1S even further using free printable mods, check out this video right here because some of those upgrades were seriously cool.